We back at it again. The Rewind podcast. Just a week off, but we back at it again, man. Back in the building, my guy, Killa B, Columbus, Ohio representative. What's good, man?
Chilling. Good to be with y'all again, man. Good to do this again.
For sure. Now, got my OG, 216 representative, Chi-Town representative, Marc Dixon. Marc Nice, what's good?
What's happening, baby boy? Hold on, I gotta take a sip.
What's in the cup?
I little son, we ain't do the Hennessy, but we got a little 4 roses, so we good.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. In the building for the first time, the homie representing Dayton, Ohio, Bars and Beyond, Grambling State University, 275, and he definitely got them bars. Mr. DeMarco down in Atlanta right now. What's good, boy?
What's good, bro? Happy to be here. Chop it up with you fellas.
For
Get down
sure,
to
for
it.
sure, man.
Mhm.
Now the
Wait,
reason
you a Grambling dude?
Yes,
go
You a
sir.
Grambling dude?
I'm a Grambling.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not one, but I know plenty of Grambling dudes.
How you do? That's what's up.
As they call each other Bird.
Yep. That's my that's the alma mater, bro. We were just talking about that the 2 Chainz joint. You know, they shouted us out on there.
All right, man. So I got y'all on here for this Nas Illmatic. Now, the reason I got y'all guys out here, main reason I called up DeMarco because he's an MC himself. Been doing a lot of music for a long time. Projects you can definitely find out there. Matter of fact, how can they check out some of your music, DeMarco?
Everything. I mean, on iTunes, you put up DeMarco 275, DEMARCO 275. Got a whole catalog full of stuff. SoundCloud, YouTube. My first album, Tall Life, Murder by Numbers, Unlawful Entry. Got a song with Scarface, Styles P, 2 bangers. A lot of history, a lot of dialogue from like 99 to now, actually. So check it out.
So I got an MC on here, and I got 2 DJs in the building. Marc Nice basically is one of the reasons I even got into the radio game. Quick story: I got lost at Wright State and walked into the campus radio station, and basically he deboed me into doing I don't want to say internship because I wasn't getting no student credit for it, but I did a whole quarter there for free before I could even get into the class, so I could get credit for it. So I got deboed into the radio life. And Killa B, I knew Killa B before I even knew Killa B was working at the radio station, man. And he was a big dude on campus because everybody knew him as Killa B because obviously he's a big Wu-Tang guy. But we're going to debunk a lot of rumors that Killa B only listens to Wu-Tang because he's a big Nas fan as well. So we definitely going to get into it. So something we like to do, man, we like to dig into crates and, remind people of some of the albums that came out in 94. Before we started even recording, Marc, you mentioned, man, you don't even know how you saved any money in 94.
Man, look, we talked about 94. That was my senior year, freshman year in college. You had Killa B's clone. You had
Red Man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Fuji's joint. For some, even though y'all think I don't listen to West Coast, had We Come Strap,
MCA.
Uncle Sam's Curse. I mean, like I told you before we got on, I got to call my pops and apologize because that dude was asking me what I was doing with my money. And apparently, Coconut CD Exchange and what's that joint that we had by the school? Disconnection or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had all my money. Because you know me, I was there every Tuesday.
Facts. Some of the other albums that come out in 94, Shaheem the Rugged Child, Outkast, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music, South Central Cartel, In Gats We Trust. 8 Ball and MJG came out. Heavy D, Nothing But Love dropped. J. Rule the Damager dropped. Master P, Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me dropped. Beastie Boys, Ill Communication. Warren G, Regulate dropped in 94. Bone, Creeping in the Come Up came out. The Brat with Funkified. Like you said, MCA came out. Killa B, Your Boys. The Grave Diggers came out with 6 Feet Deep. UGK, Super Tight. Of course, B.I.G. dropped with Ready to Die. Keith Murray, Most Beautiful Thing in This World. Murders with a K soundtrack. Scarface Diary. Method Man to Cal. And of course, Redman, There's a Dark Side. So it's a lot of music that dropped in 95. Well, 94. DeMarco, what was going on in your life in 1994?
Man, 1994, I was at Grambling State University for freshman year. So actually, it was the beginning of my freshman year, second semester when the big and all of that came out. I was in my dorm room. Crazy thing is, back then, of course, it was just tapes. So I went over to our record store that was downtown Grambling, and out of all people, the person that was working in there at the time was an artist that you guys know named Erica Badu. She was in her last year that she was at Grambling that year, and she worked in a record store. So, back then, just super slim, but still had the white joint and all of that. When they got the album, when it came out, me and my bro went back to the room, and then it was a wrap from there. But definitely some good times. But I was on my first year on the campus, man, and brought back some memories just listening to this joint again for real, for like the a millionth time.
Killa, what was going on with you in 94?
Man, I was in 11th grade with a big old afro, nappy, Carhartt jacket, Timberlands, two big jeans, walking around like my ass was on the set of a Wu-Tang video. Man, listen. About that time, I worked at a record store. It was Musicland, which was also known as Sam Goody, the City Center Mall in Columbus. So I basically was getting a bit of everything all the time, man. But I don't know, man. That year was a little trippy for me because I was probably listening to nothing but literally the 5 albums in my rotation. Nas came out was Illmatic, Ready to Die, Enter the 36 Chambers. I named 3, right?
Yeah.
That There's a Dark Side and Black Moon. And man, I had some West Coast in there, man.
No, you didn't.
I did. So let me tell you, when I say I had West Coast, it wasn't like man,
Outside.
I could no I could listen. No, I'm more hieroglyphics, far side. I listen to West Coast, but look, the Chronic, all of that. I could do MC8, but to me, a lot of that, and it's gonna make people hate me. There was a certain time before the Chronic came out where everything on the West Coast was the exact same thing. Um, so at that moment, and I guess we'll get into that with this album because the West Coast at that point was kind of moving to take everything over anyway. So 94 was kind of minus Wu-Tang coming out before, like a seminal moment in hip hop for the East Coast anyway, because of Biggie and Nas, especially Biggie and Nas. So, that's actually where I really, really started to get the influences of what I liked in music. Because before that, man, everybody had a choice of what they liked. I would listen to everything, but 94 was really probably what gravitated me toward that particular style of hip hop. Because before that, nobody cared where you were from.
Right. So let me ask y'all fellas this, all y'all a little bit older than me, man. What was the Nas hype? Where did that hype come from? Why did Nas resonate with so many people at that time? Because like I said, y'all a little bit older than me. So everything that I knew about hip hop basically came from Yo MTV Raps or anything that was in Word Up magazine, like just like that. So like me, like having my ear to the street, that wasn't me. Like if it wasn't popular by, what I'm saying, it being on TV, I didn't know about it. So for y'all, like DeMarco, you said you went and bought the tape. Like what prompted y'all? Like who was Nas and how'd y'all find out about Nas?
Hey, can I take this one first?
Go ahead, Killa.
Nas, in my opinion, was LeBron James in 94. And when I say it, everybody got LeBron James hyped in high school. He was the chosen one. That's exactly how I identified Nas. We all heard Live at the Barbecue. And once we heard Live at the Barbecue, it seems like every DJ and rapper in the East Coast vouched for Nas before he even came out with anything. Um, and from the first time we heard Live at the Barbecue, and then we heard Halftime, this dude was the prodigal son before he even really got an album out. And Nas was what we think of LeBron or Zion Williamson is now. And it hasn't been very many of them ever in hip hop. But that was exactly what Nas was.
What's up, Mark? How'd you find out about Nas?
I'm gonna have to go with little bro, man. That Live at the Barbecue main source. Between that and that MC Search cameo, man, I was fiending for that joint to drop. Yo. Then the big homie, he went to North Carolina A&T, so he was coming home with mixtape. And he was just letting me hear it. I was like, yo, when is this dude coming out? And like I said, y'all know me. As soon as that joint dropped, I was there.
What about you, DeMarco?
Man, same thing with me. I mean, I heard the Live from the Barbecue and that verse, you know, the references he was making. One thing about what he did on that joint, the bars was nuts, but he also made some crazy references like the sticking up the nuns and all that. I'm like, whoa, and it just caught your attention. So it's the skill level was so high. And my artist that really influenced me to make me even you pick a pen up was Rakim. And to me, he felt like a mixture of Rakim and Cool G. And it just, so when I first heard him and I seen that mixture, I said, this the next guy. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Killa B said, he was really like the LeBron of our era when it comes to this rap thing.
So
And that's a on-point analogy too. Rakim and Cool G rap. That's exactly it, man.
So back then it was, you know, nowadays we get our music streaming, everything drop at midnight on Thursday, and then everybody wake up on Friday, listen to it, everything like that. But back in those days, it was Tuesday. It was all about New Music Tuesday. For me, it was all about record exchange and hitting up the $5 spots to get the CDs and everything or tapes. So Killa, how'd you grab the Nas? Did you grab it when it first came out?
Oh yeah, man. Listen, I was on the city, man. Let me probably get this out here, because my mom ain't never gonna watch this joint. I went to school. I went to Fort Hayes downtown, and which is a big school, magnet school downtown Columbus. I took myself. I skipped lunch and went over to the city center and bought that joint. Oh, my bad.
No, when you said that, you're like, I skipped school.
I went over to the city center and went and got that joint. The good thing though is that I obviously didn't have to pay full price for it. And matter of fact, man, I ended up with two. I'm not gonna say how I ended up with two, but I ended up with two and didn't have to pay full price for it. But let me say I probably had a bootleg months before it came out.
Okay.
So I mean, and I probably listened to that joint religiously every single day. I ended up with the tape first. So
okay. Well, shoot, man, let's jump into a track by track breakdown, man. I want to see where y'all vibing with it then and today, because as we know, man, things change over time, man. We want to see if this album stands the test of time. Is nostalgia clouding your views on it? So let's just jump into it, man. First track out the gate, man. We got the intro, the Genesis. Got the clip from Wild Style in there. You got a little snip of his verse from Live at the Barbecue in there. You got Nas. I'm assuming it's AZ and Jungle in there, like on the rapid train. Just being the youth, being 18, 19, 20-year-olds, catching the train, going to God knows where, and just doing God knows what. What type of vibes did y'all get from that? DeMarco, what's up?
Man, it gave me, I came up off straight East Coast. I mean, of course, I had my West Coast thing or whatever, but it just took me back to like a real hip hop, like bebop type of feel. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what he was looking for, and to really give everybody the essence of New York and bring it back, because at that time, everybody has to realize, well, for people that, you know, wasn't around at the time or so really young, the East Coast, as we talked about earlier, was not at the top of the game at that point. The West Coast was running stuff. So this album single-handedly and with that beginning kind of saying, okay, East Coast still here. This is what we doing. And this about to be the resurgence of us right here. So that's the feel I got from it.
What's up, Mark? Where was you at with it?
That one, hey, it took me back to the movie, dog. I closed my eyes and I could see it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm still training with it. You know what I'm saying? We just jumped the turnstile. We want to get that bottle of Henny so we can go ahead and get it in. So, as far you know, I feel y'all what y'all saying on the West Coast, but you know, I still die hard East Coast, so I ain't seen us slacking off on it at all. And that New York influence for me come in Cleveland and everything else. I was just like, yeah, let's ride, let's get it.
Yeah, speaking on that, Mark. I mean, obviously us both being from Cleveland, man. I think it's like almost like even a divide in the city about music because we are in the Midwest, and it was that thing about like when the West Coast with Dre and the Chronic came, like it took over. Not only just Cleveland, I mean, it took over the world. But like at that time, obviously the East Coast was running stuff. But like I just feel like after the Dre dropped the Chronic, like that change, that shift to go back like towards East Coast music was very difficult, very difficult. Like even with a Nas and a Biggie, it was still like people like they're reluctant to give New York back the crown because of the dominance of the West Coast and everything that Dre was doing. Basically, it was really Dre. Because I mean, anything Dre and that like what 3-4 year time period, it was on fire. And then things got out of hand, obviously with Tupac. But I mean, growing up then in the city, what was your feeling about the East Coast, West Coast? I mean, before this, because this is before a East Coast, West Coast beef war type of situation. Was that something that you saw in your neighborhood when you was growing up in the city?
Nah, because I only have out of all my boys, only one of us really messed with the West Coast. The rest of us, we was like Killa B. You know what I mean? Straight Timbs, champion sweatsuit, sweatshirts, hoodies. You know what I'm saying? We really wasn't on that. So for us, it was just like, yeah, okay. It sound good in the ride. Now don't get me wrong. You know me, I did knock it with them 215s in the back, but I couldn't. It wasn't something that I kept in heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Killa, where was you at with the intro?
So y'all probably gonna laugh at this, but the intro was what we start to realize is typical New York nigga talk. Like every New York album, man, Infamous, Mobb Deep.
Oh man, that Infamous, them intros and interludes is crazy.
Crazy.
But
I said on the Mobb Deep intro, one of them, I was like, yo, this intro or interlude is the reason why they started the hip hop police. Because these niggas is talking crazy, reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah, son. I got a razor blade in my mouth. I'm like, you got what?
Well, because if you think about it, man, around that era, every single East Coast album had an intro, an interlude, or an outro where it was music in the background, subway train going, niggas talking, somebody talking shit. I will say though that it's only two memorable ones we can remember. Three. Wu-Tang, Before Tears, Mobb Deep,
For all the wrong reasons.
Right, for all the wrong reasons. And Nas intro. I mean, and listen, this album is so classic. Like you couldn't even take it out of there. Like you got to start it off with that. And then right after it comes probably the best intro song on the intro album in the history of hip hop. So,
New York State of Mind.
Yes.
DJ Premier on the beat.
Yep.
This song is a monster. Now I can honestly admit, like I probably only listened to this album front to back before this rewind, maybe once or twice. But this song has always been bang. Yes, I know. Well, we're gonna get into it. We're definitely gonna get into it. But like this beat, the lyrics, everything about this song is just hard. I think like the lyric that stands out the most for me, smooth criminal with the beat breaks. Never put me in your box if you're shit eats tapes.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers don't know about that now because there are no more tapes.
Right.
Shit, there ain't no CDs. It's all digital. But that bar right there, that shit is hard as fuck. Like that shit is so classic. And I mean, then obviously he does New York State of Mind Part 2 on the I Am album and keeps the shit going. I mean, the beat is timeless, the song is timeless. DeMarco, where was you at with it?
Man, as Killa B said, I think when I originally heard this album, I'm gonna shock you guys. I think it threw me off because he was hyped so much that when I first listened to it, I think my ear wasn't right. So I had to go back and really give it another listen. And when I listened to New York State of Mind, it took me to a place of where I can honestly say, to me, it is my personal favorite intro song to start an album because the beat was just ridiculous. I mean, people always talk about Nas's beat selection and how it's this and that and the other. That ain't the case with that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That right there was the perfect way to start an album, perfect feel to put you in the place you need to be in.
Got the right producer for that one.
Oh my gosh, man. That's who we should stick with at all times, in my opinion.
Wait. Let's talk about that at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's never chosen a beat selection like this album the rest of his career, period.
Ever.
I got some different opinions about that. Mark, what's up? Where was you at with New York State of Mind?
Yo, that piano production, it did Nas's lyrics the way he put pen to pad, man. It was just like I said with the intro joint, man. It's just this whole album was, for me, it was like a movie, yo, because you was right there, and so hey, I can't say nothing else.
That's what's up.
I'm still rocking.
Yeah. So the whole joint starts off straight out the fucking Dungeons of Rap where fake niggas don't make it back. So when you start off the song itself, man, first of all, this is why this album more to me than Biggie's album was what set the East Coast. We could say Wu did. Wu really did, but Wu was one individual album itself. And you know, like we've talked about before, it was kind of niche in its ways. Even though it's probably, like, to me, the best album in the history of hip hop, it still had its own niche in ways. But you start off your album with straight out the fucking Dungeons of Rap, with fake niggas don't make it back. And then his last comment before he starts rapping is, I don't know how to start this shit. Then the nigga says, rappers are monkey flipping with the monkey about be kicking, musician, inflicting composition of pain. I'm like Scarface sniffing cocaine. So that's all we needed, because that itself literally kicked the shit out of everybody. And that's the LeBron James moment. That's the 23 points versus Sacramento Kings game 1. I'm here. I'm gonna be here. And nigga, we back.
Fair enough. All right, so track 3, Life's a Bitch with AZ. Obviously got the Gap Band sample in there. Love it. This is how you do a sample too. It's obviously a very popular song. Everybody knows the Gap Band, Yearning for Your Love and everything like that. But it isn't basically, hey, just play Yearning for Your Love and rap over it. They got the jazz sample on top of it from his pops. But the one thing that stands out for me the most on this entire song is, one, the hook is trash, and AZ is yelling at the top of his lungs on the hook. Like, yo, check the levels, B. Like, I just don't like the hook. The song is cool, but that's just a lot of this album for me. It's cool. It's just not hitting for me.
This nigga Kev.
Go ahead. I told you we gonna differ.
First of all, listen.
The disgust on y'all face.
First of all, my black ass couldn't wait till I was 20 just to rap Nas verse.
Man.
And on my 20th birthday, I made sure the first thing I rapped was Nas verse on this. Maybe I'm so much of a hip hop head. This is the best song on the album. probably if you had
we early with it, huh?
if you
Better
if
than
you
New
had
York State of Mind.
huh?
Than New York
Yes.
State of Mind.
First of all, it's the most memorable song on the album.
Yeah.
Second, we get introduced to AZ, but man, just literally between his pop's horns, the beat, shit, the chorus. I mean, shit. Niggas say the chorus taking a shower. Niggas say the chorus talking to their girl. Niggas drink coffee and say the chorus. I mean, the song itself is classic, man. I mean, because in all truth, man, how many of us could say in 1994, shit that was going on in our lives, we wasn't just screaming, life's a bitch, then you die. Like, nigga, that was us. That's what we was saying. That's like, at that point, it was nigga anthem. I mean, you know, this is back in the day when they would play shit like this on the radio anyway, right? But man, he said the chorus was kind of whack though, man.
It just wasn't hitting for me, man. And maybe because the last rewind I did was so hype. I did Jeezy Thug Motivation 101, and everything on there is super high energy. So for after listening to that for an entire week and then listening to this for an entire week, it's like such a change in style. But I mean, the lyrics is there. It's just like something about Nas on this album. Like, I mean, he is that. He's a laid back dude with the laid back flow, and I want more energy. Like, I want more energy because like later on in his career, he gives you that energy. Like on Made You Look. Like that's like that type of energy. Like that's what I want. Like the lyrics are always gonna be there. It's Nas, for goodness sakes. We know that. I just need more energy, some voice inflection. It's just like seems like he's rapping the same tempo the whole way through. Like I want more, especially on this project. But go ahead, Mark. Where you at with it? On Life's a Bitch.
Right now, I'm just disgusted with you right now. I mean, come on, bruh. I mean, he saying life's a bitch. What he supposed to be hyped up about that shit, man? Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high.
You know,
we
dance track, Mark. According to Kev, it's supposed to be a dance track. I'm confused.
I'm
confused.
Lucky I ain't got no more liquor.
Don't be mad at me, man. Don't be mad at me. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. DeMarco, what's up?
Man, well, I just want to say a part of the reason for the kind of calm level is because he was like we talked about earlier, he was heavily influenced by Rakim. So I think he was still in that pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because Rakim, you could say the same thing about him. A lot of people would say he had a boring kind of, but lyrically, whatever. But as far as the song, bro, one of my favorite joints, I got my two favorite collab joints with rap artists is Life's a Bitch and Brooklyn's Finest. I don't think it can get better than that when it comes back to back. And this is also one of the very few songs that Nas was out rapped on, in my opinion. I love the song. It's one of my favorite joints, but I think AZ had the better verse. But ultimately, it's one of the most memorable verses Nas has ever had. Any like hip hop heads normally know this verse back and forth. You can be asleep, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. So to me, I got this as my second favorite song. I got New York State of Mind and then Life's a Bitch right after.
Oh, we going back to back.
Hey,
all right,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do you know? I agree with you. What you just said. Because do you realize how dope AZ verse had to be to out rap Nas on this?
Yes.
Because Nas, when you look at the lyrics to what Nas said, the essence of adolescence, leave my body now, I'm fresh in my physical frame is celebrated because I made it. I mean, that's because AZ came with visualizing the realism of life and actuality. This song, man, it's just the whole Rakim thing. It just hits you. Yes. And then at the end, after you done vibe to it, you got your eyes closed and you listening is and you like, oh shit. The song itself is a whole vibe, man. So
definitely.
So we jump into the track 4. The World Is Yours. Love this song. 4th single off the album. Like they don't even do that many singles off albums no more. Pete Rock did the beat. I remember the video. Obviously, what people recognize most from this song is I'm out for presidents to represent me. Jay-Z used it for the sample on Dead Presidents and everything like that. But minus that, this song is dope. This is like the same tempo, but you get more energy. And he did the same thing on New York State of Mind. Like, you get energy. And that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about like be happy go lucky about your life sucking and everything like that, but just like more voice inflection, more style on it, because he a fly dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? No pause needed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We know Nas, you know what I'm saying, what he is and how cool everything he is, but just on Life's a Bitch, I just don't get that vibe. But on The World Is Yours, masterpiece. Masterpiece with the beat, masterpiece with the bars. Mark, where was you at with it?
I mean, I liked it. Masterpiece? Yeah. For me, it wasn't one of my favorites on the album.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't one of my favorites. I mean, it was overall it's a great album, but so that's saying something if that wasn't one of my favorites. But that's like in my top 2 favorite albums right there. But it wasn't. I think it was just the commercial, the videos and all that.
And you know what? Like I said before, you might be right, because that's how I found out about Nas. Through watching music videos. And my homeboy Roderick, he used to talk about Nas all the time. Talk about it nonstop. Like, yo, listen to this. He have it on his tape deck, and I would never listen to it. And then I saw that video. I was like, is this the dude he been talking about? This is dope. Like, yo, this is better than I thought. Maybe I should give it a shot. So that's how I got introduced to Nas, by watching rap videos all day. Where was you at with it, DeMarco?
Man, another crazy joint. I had it like, as far as the whole album, I had it like in the middle of the pack, as far as, you know, top to bottom. But excellent lyrics. I mean, that's one thing about it. I think what makes this possibly the best rap album ever is because lyrically, I think it was actually flawless. I don't think it was any flaw lyrically. I think it was, like I said, I had it middle of the pack, liked it, super dope song, but I still had a couple songs I liked a little better than it on the album.
Killa, what's up?
I love the song actually, because one, again, this was the beginning of where I don't know. I think maybe after Nas made this album and songs like this, he kind of got a little more into himself than he thought, because this is a Pete Rock beat, and he killed the Pete Rock beat. And when you listen to his other albums after this, maybe the beginning of the next one, you can tell where Nas was when he raps songs like this. Like, even when he says the world is yours, he's basically talking about, you know, how shitty it was where he's from. And I mean, born alone, die alone, no coup to keep my crown the throne. You know, it's all, I guess you don't kind of realize the gloominess of this album until you really like read the lyrics and listen to it. So, you know, I thought it was, I love the song. I wouldn't say it's like I said, I already know which is my best ones, my favorite ones on the album are, man. But I love the joint, love the Pete Rock beat. Think he freaked it.
All right, so we jumping into halftime. Like you said, Killa, earlier, like this is one of the first songs that he released as a single way before this album came out. I actually didn't find that out until I did a little research on it. Off the Zebrahead soundtrack. Question 1, have any of y'all ever heard or seen the movie Zebrahead?
Yes.
Yes.
With the Bush Wright, Michael Rappaport.
Yep.
The Bush Wright from Blade?
Lover.
I'm about to go ahead and see if it's on the Fire Stick. All right, where was y'all at? Well, halftime. Large Professor on the beat. Killa, what's up?
As much as I love Nas, and I told you the first single I heard him on was Halftime, because it was like the first video, grimy video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember when it came on? It came on Yo MTV Raps and Rap City. It was Nasty Nas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't act like I really like the song.
But the crazy thing about this is apparently this song came out in 92.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is 2 years before the album even came out. So, you know what I'm saying? You could say like you don't like the song, but I can definitely tell that this song is before everything else. Like there's a lot of growth, like in the way the lyrics are structured for sure. Like this is, I won't say elementary, but like for Nas, it's real easy. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like make you rewind and say, "Oh, I want to hear that part again." Like that shit's crazy. Like, but it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, I don't think the song fits the album personally. I mean, it fits the cover picture, but not the album. I mean, and I love Nas, and I'm not even going. He, believe me, it's better than a whole lot of other songs he's ever done. But I don't know. I just never thought it fit the album because it sounds dated. I will say that I love the beat, but the beat was so 92.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it doesn't fit. So that's just me.
Mark, what's up?
Yeah. It's halftime. That's what I say on that one. I'm with B though. It was one of them. It like, well, where does it fit in? You know what I mean?
It's the
I was just like, all right. That was one of them tracks. You know, I'm glad we had that. You know, he had to fast forward, the auto fast forward, and stop at the next track. That's what I get doing that.
Damn.
He hit the auto fast. DeMarco, what's up? What's up with you in halftime?
Hey, it took me. It was the nostalgia of it. I think you could tell listening to it that he dropped this pretty much. He wrote this and did this right after Live from the Barbecue, right in that same time frame. Because I think Live from the Barbecue was actually like 91-ish, and then this came out, a year after. So you could hear the growth, and I see what the guys are saying. You could tell it's a more grown, like a more mature feel to the other 9 songs on there, and it almost feels like he might have stuck that in there just to be in the middle of the album. Because of course, I don't know if it was halftime. It was the 5th song on the album, so it's right in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a filler, pretty much. It's like the ultimate filler. But that's one of the best fillers ever because it's Nas, right? So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, man. So we on it. Go ahead, Killa.
Man, so when you said like it came out the same time as Live at the Barbecue, see, I honestly have always believed that if he took this song out and put Live at the Barbecue in that spot, which at the time you could have, it would have been Nas featuring them. Because remember, there's a lot of albums out in them days where dudes was on people's songs, and it would be on both albums.
Yeah,
right. You could have put Live at the Barbecue in this spot, and this album would have been even better.
Facts.
Fair enough. All right, on track 6, Memory Lane, another Premier beat. Like this is maturity at its finest for somebody that's like 19 years old. He talks about dropping out of school to focus on music, and you hear that type of stuff like back in the 60s and stuff like that, like with jazz musicians. Like, man, I don't need school. I'm gonna be a trumpet player and I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna go to Paris and stuff like that. You hear that type of stuff from those type of guys, but to hear it from a hip hop artist, it sounds different. It sounds like, oh, you're wasting your time. And like, that's the type of vibe he was getting from his parents and everything like that. And for a 18, 19-year-old to express himself that way and so clearly, like you can hear like guys nowadays talk about, I dropped out of school to sell drugs or whatever the case may be, but he's expressing why he did all these things for the love of his music and expressing himself so vividly and so clearly. Like, that's what I'm talking about, like growth. Like, from the lyrics that you're hearing on Halftime and being able to explain why you did something and make it rhyme is a hell of a skill. So that's why I think everybody always talks about, like, well, of course Nas gonna have lyrics. I mean, look what he can do lyrically. Like, that's not easy. That's not a simple thing to do, man. So I commend him big time on it. Killa B, what's up?
1 for the money, 2 for pussy and foreign cars, 3 for Alizé niggas deceased or behind bars. Hey, again, I still can't figure out why Nas didn't say, Premier, make me a whole album. First of all, this album starts out with every New York nigga on every Mobb Deep album. Like every nigga from Queensbridge. Hey, yo. The whole that's the way the song starts. But man, like like this shit right here. This might be. I probably got three very songs on this album I love. This is one of them. Just the way the beat flows and Nas gives it to the beat is so perfect, man. Like I can't figure out when Guru died, Nas didn't say, man, let's just do a new Gangstar. I promise you, this dude needs Pete Rock in his life. And on his first album gives us everything we need. And this song, to me, is it. Like, it's one of them. It's it.
Yeah.
Mark, what's up?
Yeah, like I'm gonna piggyback on B. It's like it's a foreshadow on what are things to come lyrically from this man, because it was like what you were saying. He was able to put how he felt and just put it out there to the beat, and you just sitting there like, damn, yo, is this? That's what made me excited about hip hop. And Nas, just hearing him being able to do that, I'm like, yo, if he gonna be able to do this for a minute, bruh, the sky's the limit. Ain't no stopping this cat.
Not Mark, DeMarco.
Man, to me, this is a true lyrical masterpiece. To me, I think lyrically it's his best work on the entire album. From the standpoint of the wordplay to the storytelling to how he wrote the beat, you could just feel you feel he makes you feel like you in that park on that scene from Belly. You know, when he talking to the kids, you feel like he's sitting on the chair spitting these bars, and you feel like you right there next to him. I mean, he puts you there. It was so hip hop. The wordplay is just, like Mark said, man. Lyrically, it just took me to like, man, this guy, he's the one. He's the one. He's the chosen one. He's the golden child. That song right there put me in that place. So I got that as my third favorite song on the album.
Okay.
Hey, every movie in the park, Crooklyn, what's my joint? Clockers. Every movie with a park.
Yeah.
Facts.
You can envision.
Facts.
Just a nigga in the Timberland boots and a hoodie, dead in the middle of summer, telling some little kid some shit that went on in his life. I'm with you.
That's word.
Yeah, so then we on to track 7. The fifth single, technically, off this album, One Love, with Q-Tip on the beat and on the hook. I mean, this is story rap at its finest. You get 2 story rap verses, and then you get the scene that basically was reenacted in Belly in the third verse. I know Belly ain't the greatest movie in the world, but anybody that is a Nas fan or even rock with this album a little bit recognize that part when they went to go see Belly. I went to see Belly sophomore year at Wright State. And like when I'm in there, I'm like, is that the scene from that one song from Nas? And even me not being like a super Nas fan at that point, I recognized it. So I just thought that was dope, basically, not only for Belly to reenact that part, but like even the story raps. I mean, you're talking about the guys in jail and everything like that. I mean, the beat is okay, and I know y'all gonna kill me again. The beat is all right.
I agree.
Yeah, we agree.
Really?
Oh. Bing, bing, bing. Let me say, because I don't ever think that Nas and Q-Tip fit together with a beat and a rhyme. Because Nas won't ever be De La Soul or Tribe or the Jungle Brothers.
That's what I said with the Q-Tip beats on the Infamous album. I didn't like them for them.
I didn't
like them for everybody else. I just don't like them for them.
I'm with you. Exactly with you.
Mark, go ahead, Killa. Finish up.
No, go ahead.
Nah, it's just like you said. Fortunately, Nas's lyrics was able to overshadow the track.
Absolutely.
So when I hear it, I really don't even hear the track. I just hear the lyrics. So, but yeah, definitely, and Q-Tip, that's my boy. Tribe Called Quest. But yeah, you gotta stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll be like Killa B rapping some trap stuff, dog. You stay in your lane, man.
Drop or die, man. Drop or die, Killa. Drop or die.
I was trapped rapping that shit.
Marco, where was you at with it?
Man, same thing, man. I mean, the beat didn't do it for me at all. It's probably one of the reasons I probably slept on it. I probably put too much on that track. One of the reasons I kind of slept on the beat selection is because I heard that. I was like, the story was excellent. I mean, the wordplay, the bars was excellent. But the beat, he could have did that a cappella for me. And that'd have been cool.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm glad I wasn't the only one. Now this one right here, track 8, man. One time for your mind. Large Professor on the beat.
Hey, hold on real quick.
Yeah.
With that last track, this was the very first time we really, really got to hear Nas tell a story.
Yeah.
The funny thing about the One Love beat is it makes us think more Slick Rick than Rakim with Nas.
Yeah.
That's why I actually appreciate the song.
Mm-hmm.
While I don't think the beat stinks, I don't think the beat fits him.
Okay.
Fair enough. Now, I don't know where y'all at with this one, but I don't like this song at all. One time for your mind. I don't beat, like, and the beat is just so bland. Like it's just a bland song. It's a bland beat. I don't like it at all. Mark, what's up?
Next song.
What? I didn't catch that.
Next song.
DeMarco, what's up?
This is actually the only song on the album that I could have done without. Like Halftime was decent. One Love I like, but this one it's the only song could have left off the album totally.
At least you had time to get used to Halftime. Like let's be serious. It's a consensus here because I think every album got a song where you go, this is it. I mean, it just don't have an effect. It's not memorable. It's not long lasting. But Nas liked it.
When I listen to the album again and again, and there's just like nothing sticks out in my mind. Like, of course you're gonna get dope lyrics from Nas, but the beat is so bland that I can't even remember any lyrics.
Yeah. This is a foreshadowing to what we was gonna get on his albums in the future. To me, this is an exact and man, of all the dope shit Extra P Large Professor has produced, it's like precursor to the future. Nas said, "Give me 10 beats, Large Professor," and the nigga was like, "I want that one." And somebody in the studio had to go, "Hey man, are you sure?" He was like, "Yeah." And then it probably just became like his MO for the rest of his fucking career, dog. Whatever.
That's facts. That's facts, bro.
All right, so we on the 9. Represent another premiere beat. Now, I am very torn. Is this my favorite song? Or is New York State of Mind my favorite song? Even though this song, the hook is dated with the chanting, represent, I still love this song. This is a banger. Like, it's represent QBC. Like, before, like, the craziness of Mobb Deep QBC style, you have this QBC style. Like, it's a little grimy. It's not all the way over the top grimy, but the lyrics is there. Of course, the beat is there. I don't know which one I'm going to go with as my favorite song yet, but Represent and New York State of Mind are definitely 1 and 2. I just don't know which order yet. What's up, Mark? Where was you at with it?
That was your energy. That was your energy.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
That was my precursor to Annie Up. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So every time I heard that, I got hyped. So.
I might have to make that blend. I might have to do that blend later on. That's a good idea.
He like you said, you know, it was QB, represent for your hood, and let's get it, dog. I mean, for me, and y'all know I'm so laid back. For me, that was a party track, so I'm good.
Right.
DeMarco, what's up?
That's that joint that you could just tell that was that in the tunnel just went crazy. Like in the club, the tunnel back then, you play that, you know, the razors was, you know, all in niggas' mouths and they just going crazy in there with the pellies and the big, you know, the Timbs and the big joints. You know, that was one of them songs that really represented New York to the fullest. Super hype. The bars was there. It definitely gave you a early Annie Up type of feel. So I rock with that one for real. Definitely rock with it.
Killa.
This joint was like You ever been to New York, man? You go to a club in New York. This is one of them grimy, dim blue, red lights, niggas in Timbs, fucking weed smoke, niggas stinking all in the place and shit. But I love the song. It the crazy part about Nas to me is Nas' high energy is probably like we learned later on in his career that Major Look, even in Major Look, Represent is like a notch below that. And Nas' version of high energy on a scale of 10 is like 6 or 7 anyway. Even the way he talked. So while I ain't over here just knocking my head, represent. Oh shit. You know, Nas is still just it's like that nigga still sitting back on the couch and shit rapping. But I love the song. I mean, it definitely ain't the one before it. So but you know, the odd part, man, Nas's lyrics make a song more than what it is if it was any old regular Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
the nigga had the ability to make anything sound good, you know, with his lyrics at that time. So
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So we on to the 10th and final track on the album. The one that's most popular by everybody. So I already know Killa B don't like this song.
sorry. It's right up there. It's right up there with Life's a Bitch to me.
Okay. It ain't hard to tell. Large
Yep.
Professor on the beat. He came through with a monster.
Hey,
Obviously, the Michael Jackson Human Nature sample on there. I mean, this is the one. This is the one that really put him on the map for everybody.
Yeah.
Where was you at with it, DeMarco?
Man, unbelievable track. Could easily be a top 10 rap song of all time. I mean, when you talk about bars, the way it was put together, I mean, the impact it had, like you said, for the most part, it's probably the most popular song on the album overall because of the sample. But lyrically, the bars were nuts. That in memory
Nas's
lane.
rhyme should be locked in a cell. It
Oh
ain't
my
hard to
God.
tell.
It was crazy, bro. Crazy. Great. Excellent song, man. Excellent song.
Killa B, jump in there.
First off, this Negro gonna say because it's popular, I don't like it. I love a lot.
You don't like Cream.
Huh?
You said you don't. You said Cream was just alright.
No, I said people made cream where people wore cream the fuck out. That's what I
Because
said.
it's greatness.
Now,
That's what
first of
people
all,
do when the shit is great.
huh?
That's what people do when shit is great. They run that tape to that bitch pop.
But I didn't say it stunk though. I didn't say it stunk though.
You ain't gonna lose your tank card, man. Don't worry.
So I don't know if y'all know the crazy part of our whole conversation about halftime. You see, it ain't hard to tell. It's really a significant song on this album because it was his demo song in 1991.
Didn't know that.
So keep in mind, man, like Illmatic came out in April '94. It ain't hard to tell. I guess halftime could be considered the real first single, but the shit wasn't on the album when it came out. It ain't hard to tell was his first single.
Yeah.
And it ain't hard to tell was like I said, on his demo in '91. So this nigga was rapping like this in '94. Like when motherfuckers back in the day used to be like, I got the mad futuristic flow. Think about this shit. The nigga rapped the shit like it was new. Somebody was like, let me get a different beat, put this shit on there. And I mean, you know, when you put that in perspective as the first single for this album, that's the shit that made people want to buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think he took the similar formula from this album with this for the second album with If I Ruled the World. You know, you take the same formula of taking a melodic beat that you can make hard and rhyming over that shit. Like this is one of them songs where, as I say with Inspector Deck, where Nas basically rhymes in cursive. You know, and if anybody want to know the definition of rhyming in cursive, it's if I can take a melodic beat and my whole flow can wave on it. You know what I mean? And that's what It Ain't Hard to Tell is for me. One of my favorites, man. And you know, it's enough remixes of shit and all of that where, I mean, he kills this shit to me. Completely kills it, man. I mean, the human nature, fucking Cool in the Game, all that shit. This might be one of Large Professor's best beats he's ever made to me. And again, we're not gonna talk about how Nas just don't make two good decisions in a row. So,
Mark, what's up? Where was you at with it?
That's how you end the album, dog. I mean, it leaves you wanting more. You either gonna run it back or you waiting on that next one to drop.
yeah.
So lyrically and everything, like that was one of the best tracks that he could have picked from Large Professor.
Yep.
Lyrically, I can't even say nothing lyrically. I mean, it blew my mind. And I'm like, B, I really don't like a lot of popular stuff, but that song right there, man, look, that got a lot of. Put it like this: I know that song by itself. I think I ended up buying 3 or 4 tapes from playing it over and over again. So,
Yep. But to add to what you're saying, though, Mark, the key, the reason why, and I think that's important when it comes to this song, is the reason why some folks don't like the popular stuff is because a lot of rappers will make a song for airplay to draw you into buying an album. One thing we know about rappers like Eminem is the shit you hear on the radio that make everybody else want to buy it is the only song on that album like that, right?
Yeah.
And so when you listen to this song,
I mean, M said that at the VMAs. Like when he won one, like I fooled you. Like he said that, like you fucking gave me this award because of that song. Go listen to my album. It's nothing like this. But yeah,
you know,
go ahead.
the rest of his fucking albums would be killing people and maiming people and sticking cigarettes in their assholes. But you know, but see, that's the thing with this though. This song is classic hip hop. Could have been pop if it wanted to be, all kind of stuff. And also, as to what Mark said, we talked about every song in this album, right? We got a couple songs one we don't like, one we're like, yeah, you know. But the reason why this album itself resonates, man, you ever made a sandwich, dog, and you found some meat in the fridge and you just put whatever you could together? Maybe found you some mustard, some mayo, and you know, but nigga, you probably had the best bread in the world, right? This nigga album got the best bread in the world. From New York State Farm to It Ain't Hard to Tell.
Yeah.
In there somewhere, man, the nigga got some fucking brand name Gouda with Life's a Bitch and all of that shit. Represent fucking memory. But you know, in there's that one piece of meat that got the little black shit in it. But the nigga sandwiched the songs in this album with probably 2 classic bangers.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what makes this album. And you know, contrary to what we say, whether we like or dislike the song, it's like a seminal moment in East Coast hip hop in 1994. The whole album, because every song means something that's particular to what East Coast hip hop was at that time. I mean, the shit was hard beats. Shit was fucking horns. The shit was drums. You know, the shit was my niggas in jail. Let me tell you about this, the letter I wrote to this nigga. The shit is about, let me tell you about Queensbridge. Let me tell you what I represent. Shit, even halftime was, nigga, let me tell you about me before the rest of this shit came here. And then It Ain't Hard to Tell was, hey nigga, fuck y'all. If you think about this, It Ain't Hard to Tell is literally, you listen to this shit, you heard my other shit. Hey nigga, by the time I'm done, this is classic and I'm a legend already. So fuck y'all. Be ready for the next album. I'ma holler.
Yeah.
Right.
So in my life, I figured there are 2 types of Nas fans. There's Nasty Nas fans, like this is still Nasty Nas area with the Illmatic, and then there's a clear line in the sand where people don't fuck with It Was Written. And
kiss my ass.
I love It Was Written.
Yep.
I love It Was Written so much. I think you get more of the story raps with the gun song on there. You get better production on there from Dre's on there. You got Premier on there again. You got Track Masters on there. I think you just get more better Nas on there. But I just found that people just don't like that version of Nas because it was like, for lack of a better word, him crossing over. I don't necessarily think he was crossing over. I think he just became that popular because of him being skillful as an MC and making good music that everybody else caught up to what he was doing. The radio caught up to what he was doing. Like you said, Killa, with this single with Lauryn Hill, If I Ruled the World, that's no different from It Ain't Hard to Tell. It's just like he has the light on him now. Everybody's looking for him. That's why It Ain't Hard to Tell. That's why I say this made him popular to the masses because of the sample. Like it's familiar, not just cats in the ghetto listening to him, not cats around the hood. Like you have a Michael Jackson sample. Everybody knows this sample. So it's giving people a chance to like just spark their ear to listen to it. And then once that happened, hey, that worked. That was a big single. I'm going to go ahead and do another one. And that shit took him to the moon. So I've always been that guy that says It Was Written was his best album. Where do y'all fall with the Nas catalog? What's his best album?
Well, if you take Nas, If I Ruled the World Again was the first single from It Was Written.
Yeah.
So in the concept of what Nas is doing, so let us be honest. Nas himself as a rapper is not a mainstream. He don't have a mainstream personality.
Right.
So that's why he has to come out with the singles he does.
And then he did Street Dreams remix with R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, let's not get it twisted, man. This is the music business. You know what I'm saying? This is a business. He ended because he loved to rap and everything like that. But shoot, he want to get paid for this too. You know what I'm saying? He want to sell albums. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of clout that comes with selling a platinum plaque and bringing in some money. He ain't doing this shit for free.
The only problem that people have with It Was Written though is that it started, and this is where to me, like, so I love Stillmatic, I love It Was Written, I love Illmatic, right?
Yes.
Wasn't a fan of I Am because the truth is It Was Written started the firm, and with the firm we got the bullshit of Nas Escobar.
Yeah. Now we got action. To
me, that's where it started fucking up. To me, because I love It Was Written. I love Stillmatic. Didn't love the firm. Didn't love I Am. Because the truth is I Am is where he kind of felt I'm Nas Escobar. I Am in the biblical sense is God.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, I don't really care about the God part, but you using it as an analogy. It's like, hey man, you ain't as hungry as you was the first two times. And that's where I say, I think I Am is really where he started fucking up beat-wise.
Especially on that Nostradamus. That shit.
Oh my God.
Hate Me Now is probably one of my least favorite Nas songs, dog.
DeMarco, which ones you rocking with out of Nas catalog?
I got Illmatic first, but one thing I've noticed is throughout history is that it's extremely hard to me, in my opinion, to be hungry or come with the hunger that you have with your initial album. Once you start being successful and eating, it's hard to redo and recreate that. So from a lyricism standpoint and how hungry he was on Illmatic, I feel like I do agree with you as far as the production part, and I love Stillmatic. It Was Written, crazy tracks, lyrically, all of that. But I think it was the beginning of the downslide simply because The beat selection was probably his best beat selection. Was probably it was written, but
Yeah.
I think If I Ruled the World is when he actually really got radio spins. Let's be honest. Illmatic, he didn't get no spins. The streets knew about him and loved him. He was LeBron in the streets. But when I Ruled the World came out, that was on the radio 24/7, and that's when it started to get them extra songs start coming. And I was like, the shit, the Genuine Joint and all of that. It started being like, come on, man.
Shorty, we're so wise. You can back it up.
Yeah,
girl, you yeah. I played that at Wright State all the time.
Sure as fuck did.
I'm playing what the people want to hear.
Yeah. It's
Hey, I love every single Nas album. I could bump every single Nas album except for I Am though. And The Firm.
And The Firm. Okay.
Oh, Firm.
Well,
like, go ahead.
If you take I Am, dog, Dr. Knockboot, Take Me Down. I mean, I think Nas was trying too hard to be mainstream.
I
he
have
didn't have
Hate Me Now on there too, right? Was Hate Me Now? Yeah.
Hate Me Now on I Am.
And the worst use of Aaliyah ever. You Won't See Me Tonight.
You won't see me tomorrow. Yeah, I remember that shit.
But I probably, in all truth, love every Nas album, especially Untitled, and Godson. I thought Life Is Good. Shit, Life Is Good. That may be my third favorite album.
Yes, Life Is Good.
Life Is Good and Untitled. But I love Stillmatic, loves Godson. Streets Disciple was super fucking long, but I liked it. I don't like the one that came out this week.
Whoa! Wait, we'll get to you in a second. Mark, what's up? What's up? What Nas album? Give me your top 3 Nas albums.
Illmatic, Lost Tapes,
Sleeper,
and Life Is Good.
Okay. Now back to you, Killa B. You don't like King's Disease. Oh, you left!
I see you over there.
Hey, I think Nas cut my shit off, dog. Nas was mad and shit. Nas kept
what? Yo, let me say this first. This King's Disease is what we wanted Nas and the Firm album to be. You thinking you get Nas, AZ, Foxy, Cormega, Nature with a whole bunch of Dre beats, and you got trash. That album's trash. I'm sorry. It's not a good album, and I'm a huge Dr. Dre fan. But then you say, all right, Nas is making an album with Kanye West. That album dropped like, 2-3 years ago? Yeah. Everybody, oh, this is going to be fire. I mean, he getting Ye tracks. Of course it's going to be great. Horrible. Hated it. This album right here, Hit Boy laced him. Hit Boy gave him some monster beats, and Nas came with the flows. I mean, it's at least 4 songs on there that's definitely playlist worthy for his catalog, man. He got the joint with Uncle Charlie. He got what's the one with A$AP Ferg, Spicy. He got the one with Big Sean. My favorite joint is 10 Points. It's a lot of bangers on there, man.
You hear me? I like the joint with Lil Durk. That's my favorite song on there.
Really?
I just think
Durk from Killa B. Never thought I'd hear that.
But I just think it's, I don't know. I just think it's kind of boring. Like, niggas want Nas. Like, nigga, we love his lyrics.
Nas. This is 100%. This is everything that you got on not Street Disciple. What's the other one? Hold on, let me make sure I'm saying the right album. This is what you getting on really Hip Hop Is Dead and Nasir. And off the Damian Marley joint.
Right. So Hip Hop Is Dead and Nas Hip Hop Is Dead is probably lower for me on his album list. So that should probably tell you something. And I didn't think Nasir was bad. But Hip Hop Is Dead, I Am, and Nasir probably the bottom three for me. With obviously I Am and Hip Hop Is Dead, the bottom two. So I mean that should probably tell you something from my thinking. I like I like grimy boom bap Nas.
You know, like Black Power Nas.
Oh no, the Untitled album. Listen, the Untitled album got played for me for a long time, and
Yeah.
I'm still mad that it's just Untitled, considering you could say nigga in a song like 70,000 times, but you can't call your album nigga. But I mean, nah, I like Black Power Nas. I just think this Nas album reminds me of, you get them old ass R&B singers who be like, I'm about to put out an album with the hottest nigga out right now, and you go, hey man, you didn't have to do that. Your name carries itself. That's what it sounds like to me.
But Hit Boy ain't been making no bangers in a minute. Hit Boy ain't dropped a major joint since Niggas in Paris. And that shit was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's an album I ain't like, but okay.
He said
but that tells you itself how I feel about it.
Fair enough. DeMarco, how you feeling about this new Nas?
I'm on the fence with it. I got to listen a couple times, but that I can't say that Charlie, that Car 85 is a monster. I could ride to that. It give me that one summertime feel. You know what I'm saying? The joint with Fern. I mean, with Cormega and them. Even though I think Foxy's verse was atrocious.
Hey man, thank you.
But
thank you.
Her delivery seems way off.
Yeah,
like she hasn't been rapping at all.
Yeah, sounded like she was rapping and rapping at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about, but it was some solid joints on there though, bro. I think it's a decent album. I like it way better than the Kanye joint. But when I go my 1, 2, 3, I'm still going Illmatic. It Was Written and Life Is Good. I love them 3 albums. I love all 3 of them. So,
Mark, I asked you already, Mark. Oh, but so my top 3: It Was Written, Stillmatic, and Illmatic. Stillmatic is a monster album. Yes, Mark. Stillmatic. I mean, yes.
Okay.
Wait, Mark. Tell us why are you making that face over Stillmatic though?
Stillmatic is.
I'm not.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm not. I'm just tripping his order. That's it. Stillmatic is. Hey, but
man,
it's just,
like Stillmatic brought him back.
Stillmatic was crazy.
Stillmatic brought him back to life.
One mic has to be one of my favorite Nas songs ever.
The Flyest is on there. One mic.
Rewind.
Ether's on there. Rewind is on there.
Rewind.
Man,
You're the man.
Man, that's
You're the man is my shit, dog.
That's hard, man. That's a hard record, bro. That's a hard record.
Hey, you know what? I never even listened to Lost Tapes 2. I've never listened to Lost Tapes 2.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Lost Tapes might be one of my favorite Nas albums.
You got Belly Button Window on there. Banger. That's a story rap for your ass right there.
To me, he could have lost I Am and gave us the Lost Tapes.
Yeah.
Killa hate that I Am out.
I hate it, man. Listen, I hate the living shit out of that album. Because man, nigga, I thought Nas shit was over after I Am.
Really?
Well, obviously it wasn't, because niggas love that shit.
That shit was super popular, man. And it's kind of like how you said though. It's kind of like you said, he was trying to be popular.
I'm sorry, chicks love that album, so it was cool. Yeah. I knew chicks that had the album was bumping the shit like it was fucking Missy Elliott, dog.
But you gotta think that was like right around Belly.
It was 98, 97, 98ish, yeah, 98ish, yeah.
Yeah, but that's Belly.
Yeah.
It's so much the opposite of Belly though.
But he's in a movie. He's got a lot of popular songs. Hey, I got a song with Genuine. I got a song with Aaliyah. Like, Yo, I got Timberland beats. I got Trackmasters beats. He's making a lot of money off of doing that type of stuff. And like we said before, this is the rap business.
You right, nigga. You right.
And when you get, because you know what? Because like what you said, like he's trying to be popular, but you know what? He knows he has your $15 already. He know he got Mark $15. He know he got DeMarco $15. He got my $10 when I buy it from the record exchange. But he's trying to get them girls $15 too. He like, shit, if I can open up my fan base, it's the rap business.
Well, so the nigga came out in the same year with 2 terrible albums.
Was it?
Yeah, that Nostradamus and that I Am came out in the same year.
The same year?
Yeah.
And then the nigga waited.
99, one of them.
Hey, because then the nigga waited.
Yeah, both of them came out in 99.
Yeah, 99, yeah.
Now, we can argue about I Am till we blue in the face. That ain't gonna get us nowhere. But something I think we all can agree on is Nostradamus was horrendous. Like I'm looking at the track list, man. Like obviously, like okay, you owe me. Like that's that. I joke about the song because I played it a ton because girls wanted to hear it, but I knew the song was terrible. But like I'm trying to find a song that I actually like on here, and I don't think there is one. I don't think there is a. Oh, Last Words with Nation. I remember that, and Shoot 'Em Up. So it's 2 songs on there I like. Because I like Shoot 'Em Up. I like Shoot 'Em Up because Havoc did the beat.
Can I tell you why Nostradamus is an even bigger problem to me than I Am?
You tell.
Damn.
It's the first time we had to hear the bullshit that is the Bravehearts.
Bravehearts. Bravehearts.
And we couldn't. It's like the nigga couldn't get away from fucking forcing the Bravehearts on us after that. I don't like them niggas. It's cool the jungle is your brother, Nas.
Okay, so I think of the Bravehearts. Nas has the Bravehearts like Tupac had the Outlaws.
Yeah, same thing. It was that.
Okay, but at least Tragedy could rap. Wait a minute. Who's the one who died?
Gaddafi. Or Tragedy.
I think you think.
No. Hold on. Tragedy Gaddafi is the intelligent who. Gaddafi is one of the dudes in the Outlaws. I'm talking about the light-skinned, bald-headed dude.
I know you're talking about. I'm about to Google him real quick. Yeah, he could spit.
Yeah, he could. At least the nigga had at least. And I ain't never been the biggest Outlaw fan.
Hussein.
Yeah, Hussein. Because Gaddafi is Yaki Gaddafi, who was in the group. When you say Tragedy Gaddafi, that's intelligent hoodlum, arrest the president. Right. Hussein, at least Hussein Fatal could rap. But the Bravehearts, man, is just, who's the big nigga in the Bravehearts? That
Horse.
Get the fuck out of here.
Tell him why you mad, son.
What Jay say? Your bodyguard verse was better than yours? Is that he say?
Uchiwali.
Not about that.
Yo, Killa hated Uchiwali so much. So much. When I would play it at the bowling alley parties, he would walk past there with the meme like, yo, I'm playing with the people want to hear. They want to hear that Uchiwali, Uchi bang bang.
No, hold on, no, because it was one nigga in the crew who would play the shit all the time too, who you would never think would play the shit.
Who?
Fucking Tone would play the shit and laugh all the damn time. I hated that shit, dog. Hated that shit.
Oh man. Hey fellas, I appreciate y'all jumping on here, man. Rewinding this Nas Illmatic. Obviously, I think we all can agree it stands the test of time. I think we basically agreed on every song that stands the test of time. I am the only one that doesn't like the one with AZ. I guess I'm the oddball here, but I did represent. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got the 20th anniversary T-shirt a couple years ago, man. So like I said before, I appreciate y'all jumping on. DeMarco, tell them how they can be involved with Bars and Beyond and how they can listen to some of your music.
Absolutely. So check me out on my YouTube channel. It's Bars and Beyond. We taking it from the podcast stage to the TV show stage. coming up on Roku this coming September, actually next month in October. So everything is at Bars and Beyond. Just check us out. We're all over the place. And the music, same thing. As I said earlier, at DeMarco 275 on iTunes. Just type in DeMarco 275 and all the music will pull up on there. Yeah.
Killa.
There it is. There it is.
Marco.
Appreciate it.
Folks.
He still got them verses for you too. You know what I'm saying? If y'all need a verse, y'all need a feature from the boy DeMarco, or y'all need a ghostwriter, holla at him.
For sure. Definitely the ghostwriter side.
Shit, I probably never gonna put out.
Killa, shout out your gram, because I know you want everybody following you because you drop all the funnies.
Oh, I don't know about that. My Instagram is Killa B, QILLABEE. And I also do a comic book one. QILLABEE COMIX, Killa B Comics. People like to tell me that my fucking Instagram cracks them up. I just like to laugh, so I guess it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think nobody posts more than you, Snoop, and 50 Cent.
Them niggas got way more money than me, so I'm trying to pick up my Instagram off.
And of course, my OG, Mark Dixon, Marc Nice, 216, Chicago. You need a house, you better holla at him.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, real talk though. If you want Mark's Instagram or Facebook, just read the Bible. That's how old that nigga is.
Oh. Yup.
This nigga Killa.
It is 8:00. Y'all keeping me up past my bedtime.
Hey, fellas, once again, I appreciate y'all, man. This is the Rewind Podcast.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.